This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
I said, but I was no longer so sure. I looked at Rosa, but her expression was still blank. I'm feeling sick already, Boy AF Rex said, and he sagged forward. But you just said yourself, the sun always has ways to reach us. You're making a joke. I know you are. I managed in the end to convince myself Boy AF Rex was teasing me. But what I sensed that day was that I had, without meaning to, made Rex bring up something uncomfortable, something most AFs in the store preferred not to talk about. Then not long afterwards, that thing happened to Boy AF Rex, which made me think that even if he had been joking that day, a part of him had been serious too. It was a bright morning, and Rex was no longer beside us because Manager had moved him to the front alcove. Manager always said that every position was carefully conceived and that we were as likely to be chosen when standing at one as at another. Even so, we all knew the gaze of a customer entering the store would fall first on the front alcove, and Rex was naturally pleased to get his turn there. We watched him from mid-store, standing with his chin raised, the sun's pattern all over him. And Rosa leaned over to me once to say, "Oh, he does look wonderful. He's bound to find a home soon." On Rex's third day in the front alcove, a girl came in with her mother. I wasn't so good then at telling ages, but I remember estimating 13.5 for the girl, and I think now that was correct. The mother was an office worker, and from her shoes and suit, we could tell she was high-ranking. The girl went straight to Rex and stood in front of him, while the mother came wandering our way, glanced at us, then went on towards the rear, where 2 AFs were sitting on the glass table, swinging their legs freely as Manager had told them to do. At one point, the mother called, but the girl ignored her and went on staring up at Rex's face. Then the child reached out and ran a hand down Rex's arm. Rex said nothing, of course, just smiled down at her and remained still, exactly as we'd been told to do when a customer showed special interest. "Look," Rosa whispered. "She's going to choose him. She loves him. He's so lucky." I nudged Rosa sharply to silence her, because we could easily be heard. Now it was the girl who called to the mother, and then soon they were both standing in front of Boy AF Rex, looking him up and down, the girl sometimes reaching forward and touching him. The two conferred in soft voices, and I heard the girl say at one point, "But he's perfect, Mom. He's beautiful." Then a moment later, the child said, "Oh, but Mom, come on." Manager by this time had brought herself quietly behind them. Eventually, the mother turned to Manager and asked, "Which model is this one?" "He's a B2, Manager said. "3rd series. For the right child, Rex will make a perfect companion. In particular, I feel he'll encourage a conscientious and studious attitude in a young person." "Well, this young lady here could certainly do with that." "Oh, Mother, he's perfect." Then the mother said, "B2, 3rd series, the ones with the solar absorption problems, right?" She said it just like that, in front of Rex, her smile still on her face. Rex kept smiling too, but the child looked baffled and glanced from Rex to her mother. "It's true," Manager said, "that the 3rd series had a few minor issues at the start, but those reports were greatly exaggerated. In environments with normal levels of light, there's no problem whatsoever." "I've heard solar malabsorption can lead to further problems," the mother said, "even behavioral ones." "With respect, ma'am, Series 3 models have brought immense happiness to many children. Unless you live in Alaska or down a mine shaft, you don't need to worry.